Alright, what's up guys? It's Mitchell with Forest and Sky. So with the end of the bow season and hunting season in general coming and wrapping up, decided to go out and get myself a new bow. So in here we've got the 2025 Mathews. This is the Mathews ARC. I used to shoot the Mathews Lift, just the regular one. And I've always shot the longer models. This is the first time I went with the shorter model. This is the 30. So I'm really excited. This has the limb shift technology, which they introduced last year, but I haven't gotten my hands on that, so I'm really excited to try that out. I'm liking the ambush green color. I got an 80-pound mod, so that's pretty sweet too. I'm excited. I've heard this thing aims really good. I've heard that it's really fast, so we're gonna basically just dive in and I'm gonna go through the process I go through to set my bow up. This isn't really a how-to. I mean, everyone sets their bow up different, so I'm not telling you this way's better, but this is the way I like to do it. And so if however you do it gives you as much confidence as this gives me, then that's great. That's all you want. So store I got this from comes with a D-loop. I like to put on a different style. The one I go with here is it's BCY number 23. It's the Spectra. It's a really flexible, not so stiff. I like it because when you're drawn back, if you have any kind of wrist torque, this will pretty much get rid of that. A stiff D-loop could really amplify any wrist torque that you have. So swapping that out right away. So there's plenty of videos of how to tie in D-loops. I'm not really going to go through that. I'll just put it on and you guys can watch as I do that. So with this, one thing with this BCY 23 D-loop material is it can be a little bit hard to get that anchor, the mushroomed out, set good. So really take your time when it comes to this. Make sure it's going to be something that can catch good. The last thing you want is this thing to slip off. So I try to burn it real good. Put some pressure on it. Get it a little closer and I twist it the other way and redo that. So now that that's snug there, next thing I like to do is measure, find the dead center spot. Years past, I've put my nocking point like 1/8 of an inch high to help with aiming better. I've heard that this bow aims really, really well, so I'm going to put this one dead center for now, see where that gets me. This is the arrow build I'm going with. It's a Easton X10 Parallel Pro. It's a 300 spine, AAE hybrid 26 vanes. This is like, I think right around 486 grains. So this is the setup. This is the nock I'm using. So I'm going to put this on here to get my spacing also right. And then find the dead center. You can measure, you want to make sure that this is definitely loose in here. You don't want any compression on the bow. You can either measure axle to axle, which is right at 30, or you can get away measuring here to here. That's 26, so 13 is dead center. We're just a little high. That down, so it's my nock is dead center.
Okay, go for it.
So that's dead center. Now I can move this down so it's touching. And you don't want any nock pinch. That way you'll know you have that when you draw back. If this is lifting off of your rest, then this is pinching too tight. So leave a little bit of space, but not too much. Some people even tie, and I may do that at some point, tie just a little piece of regular serving through there. But for this, I think I'm just gonna go with a regular. So You want to tie it on the opposite side that you did that one. So you need to go on this side. Wrap it through here. And that gives you a rough idea of what length. I don't like to burn right on the string, so I'm going to cut it down here, untie it, and then reburn that side and tie it again. And yeah, like I said, I'll untie it now. And then burn that mushroom on this side so I'm not burning it right on the string. Flare out the edges like that. There's the lighter. I'm going to double check that it's centered, and it is. So now we're set with that. So now just checking bow poundage. And we got 83.1. So that's right where I want it. I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna put in my Peep sight. This should be the only thing I have to really press the bow to do is for this, and the way I put my rest into, I also, it's a cable driven release, so I tie this into that cable. So that will be the other thing that we do with the press. But after that, it's gonna be pretty cool when it comes to the tuning aspect. Don't have to do anything in a press to get it tuned when we shoot through paper. If it's a solid color string, you don't have two different colors. They put this in here. That's just so you know where the middle is. So I keep mine in just so I always know, even if I lose my Peep or whatever. Put that in. Make sure that's in there. I can knot this out. I just kind of put it up towards the top, and then I'll cut those and burn them so they're out of the way. But we'll play with where that needs to be here in a little bit. I hope it's right there because that's right lined up, so that would be great. So there's a little arrow right there, and you're gonna line that up. There's a mark right here on the back of the bow, so line that up. The goal is to get the rest dead center on the bow. We want it dead center left, right, dead center up and down, and then we'll tune the bow around that and try to get the bow matched up to that. But so this is just going to clamp onto the side, line it up with that line. I'll get a Allen wrench. Don't have to go crazy on the tightness, just snug. Don't want to strip anything out. And then we can put that cap back on over. just kind of locks everything down where it needs to go. So with that on, it's right where it needs to be, so it's dead center up and down, dead center left and right now. So the next part is, I've already done this, but on the string you do the same thing. You're gonna mushroom that down, and it's gonna go on the cable closest that's pulling it this way. So that's gonna be the next step. This one doesn't have a split in it, so just try to get as close as you can to a middle section. So that sticks through, and we can depress it. So now with that in, next step is to get the time on the rest. So what you do is, there's a bolt right in there, will loosen up so that it's just got slight tension on here, and then when we draw it back, we'll want just enough so it pulls it all the way into the shooting position, so it's cocked, and then that's where we'll want to tighten that down, maybe adjust it just a little bit, but pull that so it's kind of snug there, and then just snug this down so that you have tension, but it's now catching a little bit. Oops. That will put it in where it needs to be. Okay. So with that in, put our arrow in too. See how that looks. It looks fairly level. We can look at that later too, but I can now put my sight in as well inside the tag. Got the set screw for the bridge lock.
You actually get more out of your sight tape if you're the further out you're.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, it's just, when I think of like a rifle,
Yeah.
you've got like your iron sights with the dot way out there. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it can help with accuracy.
Yeah.
That's where we'll run it. Now I'm gonna put it in the draw board. Make sure that the timing is all set. You may just want to be out of the way for this, just because I like to put an arrow in. I hate the idea of a dry fire. If something bad would happen.
Don't want to shoot Daniel.
I'll sacrifice my wall before I sacrifice the bow.
Not Daniel. Not the cameraman.
He says nothing about me.
He knew that he was signing up for it. So what I'm looking for is to make sure that this bottom stop is hitting at the same time as the top. And that looks spot on to me. That top one might be just a hair ahead. I don't think it'll be enough to throw anything off, so I'm pretty content with that. That looks pretty good to me. We'll know when we shoot through paper if we need to adjust anything. Alright, first shot through paper, here we go. We are way off. Alright, so we've done a little bit of messing around with the limb shift. I love it, first of all. It's so nice not going back and forth to the bow press, because with this one, we would have been back and forth in the bow press, taking the cam out, swapping top hats, all that. So this was Saves so much time. I love that. Basically, all it is there's a cap right here. You take that out, and then there's a Allen head right in there, and you just twist it right or left, and that adjusts your cam left or right to fix your tare left and right. And you can do that with top and bottom, depending what you need to do. They don't have to be the same, but just however it can tune up best for you. We were slightly high, so we moved our rest just barely down from center. And yeah, we're shooting bullet holes now, so that's great. Last thing I'm gonna do is just see what this thing is shooting for feet per second. But so far, I'm loving the arc.
I definitely don't think that mic was on the whole time because now I'm noticing the blue light flashing on his collar.
That's awesome. I love that.
I should even just put the backup shotgun mic on the camera too. Unbelievable. Rookie move.
How bad is the audio on the camera?
That's not terrible, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Any guesses, anyone?
I'm gonna go. What's your arrow weight?
484. We should
300
put that
on the
there.
dot.
It's 484.
That's what it was.
300 on the dot.
My man is shooting moose.
Dude, you want to
That's
hear
why
moves.
That's why his arrow carried through both of his shoulders on his.
Levi Morgan shoots a 545.
That's ridiculous.
487.6 grains. $292. Not great, but I'll take it. Out of a 480 grain arrow, not bad. So that pretty much wraps it up. We're gonna eventually, when it's daylight, get the sight tape dialed in, get all the pins dialed in. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Pound it, noggin. See ya.
Pound it. Smash the like.
Yeah.
I don't know what else, but
Do all the things that those YouTubers that have made it tell you to do, so that we can make it and we can be paid for this. So.
poor Sky.